meeting of the Global Greens, Plenary 3, Green Politics, Experiences from Around the World. And I'm asking, is Ingrid Betancourt in the room?
Well, I would say a warm hello to everybody here, à tous ceux qui parlent français, aux Africains qui sont là présents avec nous. Un bonjour très spécial, très chaleureux, à la délégation française, avec qui nous avons des rapports très spéciaux, très fraternels. Y obviamente también a los hermanos de América Latina, a todos aquellos que desde América Latina están dando una lucha verde, difícil, valerosa. Para ellos también un especial y caluroso saludo. 30 years ago, the ecological or environmental conscience arose in the world as civic expression of concern for the humanity's future and of the planet. Starting from there, the Green parties were born. Today, as few times in the history of the universal political thought, the force of the environmentalistic appears like a current able to propose a serious alternative to governance in front of the dramatic failure of the neoliberal political predominance. When our societies have fallen in the abyss of the self-destruction, of the economic apartheid, and of the dictatorship of the profits, the Greens turn out to be the only ones proposing a new social contract and a new economic model. Fortunately, this current of thought achieves its ideological maturity today, in the moment in that humanity's survival is at stake. In this global meeting of Greens, it is important to look at all the political scenarios that our forces are debating. Let us not think of what we have not achieved, but of what we can make, of what we can do, and in what we have to work. Let us don't make the listing of our weaknesses, but rather claim our strengths. Because what corresponds to us as Green leaders in this generation is to give the battle and to win it. We are not entitled to be marginal political forces. Neither can we satisfy ourselves with being support forces for the construction of temporary political majorities. We should look for power and obtain it. We cannot undervalue ourselves, because the world looks upon us and it expects from us big actions. That is the reality. We are flying the modern flag of the new humanism. Our fight is for the salvation of the planet. It is for the whole humanity's survival, of its history, of its dignity, of its accumulated cultural richness, and of its diversity. This is our new frontier, an immaterial and universal one, more dramatic frontier than the conquest of the New World, or than man's first step on the moon, because to reach it, we don't depend on our physical or technological efforts, but on our moral resistance. If it is true that the faith moves mountains and that David has conquered Goliath, then our fight should come out victorious. Because to defend the right to live, today like in the past. It implies heroism, temper, and courage. Let us not deceive ourselves. To be green in this new millennium, we have to endorse the uniform of the new samurai, to defend our values, our principles, our ideals, above everything, even above our own life. Because without those values, without those principles, and without those ideals, life becomes a condemnation. We should understand the essence of what we are outlining to the world. The salvation of the planet, the right to live, is nothing else than a fight for values. These values are those that all human beings share, regardless of the color of our skin or of the name that we give to our God. And because they are essential values, they are not negotiable. To outline a new economic order, a new social pact, this is not a utopia. It is simply the basic thing, the minimum, to continue working as societies in a globalized world. I say this with force and with anguish, because I feel that we cannot waste any more time. Today we have an opportunity. It is still time of stopping the system of self-destruction that they want to impose us. But this depends on our will, on our character, on our commitment, and not on what they will grant us from their power. For that reason, the first thing that we should defeat is our own skepticism. That war that we will win will be won more quickly in the measure that we are able to communicate certainties to the multitudes. This is a modern confrontation where information is strategic, and it will be won first with ideas. The future is green, and it will be. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Ingrid.